Hey guys, welcome back to Games of War. Back with a new video today because I have got to get this off my chest. I want to shout this from the rooftops and just gush about the PS4 and how it is absolutely killing it these past 6-8 months, man. Past year, it has just been on fire. And I'll be the first person to admit, I've said it multiple times, that this generation for me personally, Xbox One, PS4, has been really difficult for me to get into. The first couple of years, I just felt so disconnected from games that were coming out. The order let me down. A lot of the remasters and the lack of just exciting things. I don't know what it was. I know there's great games, but the first couple of years, but I just could not get on board, man. After these two game releases, I am fully entrenched, and I gotta say, Nioh and Tales of Berseria are two of the latest releases I've picked up that I am just in love with both. Now we'll start with Nioh. Now I knew this game was going to be good. My son Zach is a Souls fanatic. I've talked about this over and over again, and we played this early on the demo, and it was another Souls-inspired game, taking inspiration from the series. But what I didn't expect was just to turn out so goddamn good. Team Ninja has kind of let me down in the past. I'll be honest. It wasn't this. It's not the same Team Ninja of old, and this has completely restored my faith. I mean, take everything that's good about the Souls games, and for me, I'm speaking personally, what I like about Nioh is that you're not going to start the game off and create a custom character. You've got a set character with an excellent detailed backstory, very interesting, and you've got the baddest combat system around. This has got intricacies to it that just really astounds me. This is a benchmark for combat, and it's got that difficulty that you come to expect with Souls, but not cheap. It's not cheap. If you die, it's because you have not fully exploited and mastered the intricacies of this. The stamina bar and the positioning and the dodging, it's like ballet. It's like combat ballet. They've taken their Ninja Gaiden experience, infused it with Dark Souls-ish gameplay, and just forged something beautiful. This game is set in like a samurai, feudal Japan. It's dark, it's violent, it's gorgeous, and I absolutely love the different stances and switching them on the fly, and these combos, and manipulating the stamina bar by incorporating it into your combos, and the different weapon styles. This game I knew it was going to be good, I just didn't know it was going to be this damn good. And to be honest, the reviews started pouring in, and the positivity was overwhelming. I had trouble finding this. It was sold out everywhere, so a PS4 exclusive, Nioh, is amazing. We're about 4 or 5 hours into it, and I cannot wait to play this again and finish this off. This is going to be a classic, and I hope it's the start of a new series, because this is amazing. Now on to the other release, Tales of Berseria. I'm about 17 hours into this right now, and I gotta say, I'm a huge Tales fan. I absolutely adore this series. I have every release here in North America, and what is so refreshing about this one, Tales of Berseria was a good game, don't get me wrong, but every game since Berseria for me has been kind of similar in a way that you play as very young children, if not young adults, and it's always like these goody-goody, squeaky clean, I want to save the world and help everybody around me, and it's find good in people, and it's, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, because they're all great games, they really are, taken on their own, they've all got very interesting stories, and the characters and the character development is very interesting on all entries. I love the series, but this one here, playing as Velvet Crow, who is consumed with rage and revenge, and there's demons in this game, and you are just hell-bent on avenging your brother who has been killed, your little brother, and man, Velvet Crow is a great, it reminds me and takes me back to Yuri Lowell. I think this is hands down the best game in the series since Vesperia, which was one of my, if not my favorite entry. Very dark in tone. This is exactly what the Tales series needed. Something different, a more dark and serious tone, and a badass lead character. The combat in this game, as in all Tales, I think the Tales of series has the best combat in the RPG business, and this is no different. Focusing more of dodging and evading and then counterattacking, and you've got awesome demon attacks. Velvet's a demon, and she's got this arm that kind of latches onto enemies and devours them, and she's a demon that feeds on life, and there's different kinds of demons all throughout the game that have different abilities and different focuses, and your party is extremely interesting. Graphics spot on, music is beautiful as always. I picked up the collector's edition on this, and this is just a very refreshing change of pace from the usually bright and cheerful settings. And it's good to go to something dark and more, ominous and serious in tone, and have a nice solid. Because Yuri Lowell was kind of like the anti-hero. He was kind of a badass. He wasn't the Mr. Nice Guy and the do-gooder and saying the right things and the nice things. It was a very complex character, and Velvet Crow is just that. This is an amazing entry in the Tales series. My favorite since Vesperia, and I will finish this up real soon. I'd like to do a full-blown review. The collector's edition has really nice contents, an amazing game, amazing entry in the series. I couldn't be more thrilled with a pair of games than those two. And if that wasn't enough, the month before, we finally got the frickin' Last Guardian. What seems like an eternity of waiting for this game, it finally came through and it delivered. I'm such a huge fan of Shadow of the Colossus. I like Eco, but for me, Shadow of the Colossus is the pinnacle of the PS2 experience. I absolutely love the game. I love its atmosphere, its sense of dread, and its sense of isolation and emptiness, and the world is just a vast. It's just got a lonely feel to it, and it has that feel in this as well. It combines the best elements of Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, and I gotta say, really, this felt like I didn't think this game was ever going to come out. It felt like an eternity of waiting, and I picked up the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection on the PS3 remastered, and they had like footage of the Last Guardian. And it was like, oh, it's supposed to be coming out soon, like the holiday, and then just nothing. Years of just nothing, and switching consoles. But all that's behind us, and this is a masterpiece in every way. Another PS4 exclusive. I managed to snag the collector's edition. Last Guardian met my expectations and then some. An amazing game. And another thing I want to touch upon, I find it very funny and amusing that everybody was freaking out and saying midway through the PS3 and Xbox 360 life cycles that, oh God, I see it shifting to an all digital future. Could be the last real physical, rush of games. It's all going digital in the future. And I got a stack of games here that does this to that concept and idea. Now, first of all, the PS4 is getting an onslaught of physical release games that 5 years ago you would never thought stood a chance. The creativity on PSN and Xbox Live is astounding. That's where we're getting all these smaller, bite-sized, and sometimes full-size, just the creativity, creative games coming from nowhere. If you would have told me that I'd be playing an update or a sequel remake, another game in the Target Earth, on the Genesis, I would say you're crazy, man. But here I am holding in my hand Assault Suit Lanos, which is, it's insane that this is on a PS4. We got a physical copy. It blows my mind. Digital future, my ass. This is physical, and this is an update to an amazing 16-bit game, and it looks beautiful on the PS4. The playability is through the roof. The graphics are great. The challenge is there. I'm very happy to see stuff like this released in 2016, 2017. It's amazing, and it's a sign of things to come, and it doesn't end there. Wild Guns Reloaded. I mean, come on, man. For those of you that don't, have $700 kicking around where you can just go pick up the original, or if you don't own the original, a really groundbreaking Super Nintendo game back in the day. A lot of fun. Wild Guns is a shooter. You play from behind the character perspective, and the gameplay is great. It's held up well. Graphically, it's the Super Nintendo version, cleaned up for HD, but they haven't gone above and beyond it to alter it anyway. And if you would have told me that this would be a physical release in 2016 or 17, I would have said you're freaking crazy. This just came out of nowhere, and it's on the PS4, and it's a physical copy, and it's sold out. So people want this. People are spending money. They want these kind of experiences, and it's amazing that the PS4 is bringing this style of game back in physical form to us. Other games like the King's Quest collection, games that were previously like episodic and on the PSN only, they're selling well. And what they're doing is, after these games are done, they throw them all onto a disc and give you the complete collection with extras and a physical copy. This is an amazing update to the King's Quest. Point and click adventure games, fans of those style of games, the PS4 has got you covered. You've got the entire collection here, all on a physical disc. You've got Deponia, which started off on the iOS or iPad, I think, or the App Store. It's another amazing point and click adventure game set in a world of like it's like junk, and the main character is witty, the voice acting is spot on, and this is a physical copy, and there's I think a couple more parts coming out for this. Deponia, the humor in this is spot on, the puzzles are amazing. So point and click adventure fans, we're getting physical copies. Games like Earth's Dawn, you know, combining like a Vanillaware-ish type look to the graphics, that beautiful 2D vibrant art, kind of like mixed with Gears of War, and the combat, juggling enemies, and getting new armor, crafting new weapons and gear, and upgrading that, and taking out these horde of aliens. And this is an amazing game. And a few years back on the PS3 and 360, this would have been stuck on the PlayStation Network forever. And now we're getting physical copies. If you need any more definitive proof, Abzu, this was a digital only. This is proof that people want physical copies, and they're being made. They're accommodating players because we're speaking to them with our wallets. And Abzu is a physical game now, which is amazing. This was one of my favorite releases. Just gorgeous, completely jaw-dropping, beautiful, underwater brilliance, taking the magic of Journey and Flower and just putting it into an underwater setting. I absolutely love this game, and I couldn't be happier that we got a physical copy of this, and it came out of nowhere for me. I didn't know that they were releasing this physically. Song of the Deep is another amazing game that a few years back, if it was on PS3 or 360, would be stuck on the network. And here we have a nice physical copy here, and this is a Metroidvania game done by Insomniac, published by GameStop of all people, which is kind of weird. But if you like Metroidvania games and you dig underwater games like I do, playing in a little submarine, trying to find your father who has gone under the ocean and not come home, this is an amazing game. I love the environments, the music is great. This is just an example of these kind of smaller, bite-sized but very creative and imaginative games that are getting physical releases, and they're dirt cheap and they're very high quality. I'm absolutely loving the direction that the PS4 is heading with these smaller releases, and not just smaller releases. You know, AAA games. We got a new Mirror's Edge, Catalyst. Titanfall 2 was amazing. One of the games I'm looking forward to the most is the Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that game looks completely amazing. Props to Guerrilla for stepping out of the first-person Killzone franchise and taking on a kind of beautiful open world, very highly detailed. A lead character that kind of reminds me of Nariko, but just a completely different take, and gameplay looks stunning. I've got the Collector's Edition pre-ordered. I cannot wait for Horizon Zero Dawn. The Detroit game looks amazing. That zombie game, the Kojima game. There's tons of AAA games that are coming out. As a matter of fact, the all-new Resident Evil. We just finished this a few days ago, and this game was, breathed new life into the series as far as I'm concerned. Sure, it kind of took inspiration from PT. I mean, how could you not? That demo was completely amazing, but they took kind of like PT and kind of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, kind of lifted best parts of those games and put it into their flagship series. And Resident Evil was super creepy. It took the series back to its roots in a way. It kind of latched off of when I said Texas Chainsaw Massacre, having like a crazy family that lives out in a shitty house in the middle of nowhere, and obviously the perspective from PT, but it works and it's playable in VR. And I tell you what, the most amazing use of VR so far. And man, Capcom killed it. Resident Evil 7 is amazing. This brings me to my next point. This stack of games here, The Witch and the Hundred Knight Revival Edition. We've got Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force. These are the remasters, the enhanced versions. And I kind of was set dead against these at first. Here we have Valkyria Chronicles Remastered, a beautiful steel case. We have got Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I didn't know what quite to make of these releases. RPGs like Fairy Fencer, which I really enjoyed on the PS3, I knew I wanted to get with the updated content. If the graphics are better, fine. If not, oh well. But just having more content and a really nice collector's edition. The same with Witch and the Hundred Knight, having a really nice collector's edition. And if I'm given a choice to play the better of the two versions, I'll definitely go with the PS4 version. I really enjoyed these games. So games like that are a no-brainer. And games like Valkyria, that I loved so much and was kind of a bright spot in the early troubled PS3 life, getting a steelbook, to commemorate the excellence that is this game, and being able to play it in 60 frames and stuff like that's a no-brainer, and I'll fully support it. But it seems like it was in danger of kind of going off the rails, man, because early on the PS4, there wasn't a whole lot of games that really interested me, and not a lot of new stuff coming out. And I just saw a definitive edition rolling out after another, and they were kind of pricing them kind of crazy. Now, Darksiders is a series that did it right. Darksiders are some of my favorite action RPGs on the PS3 and 360. These were 20 bucks a piece, and I got them on Amazon for like 15. And they bumped up the visuals to 60 frames, 1080p locked, and while the enhancements aren't going to blow you away, nor do I think that if you weren't really a fan of Darksiders, that if you already have the versions, you're not crazy about them, there's no need to upgrade. But if you're like a super fan of Darksiders like I was, you know, 15, 20 bucks is the perfect price to get definitive versions of them. Gravity Rush Remastered, you know, this was a Vita only release at first, exclusive, and I don't know what the hell has gone on with this, but somebody messaged me and said this is like over $100 now. I don't know if it was a small print or if it was exclusive to Amazon, but this is insanely expensive now for some reason, so hopefully they do a reprint. But it was really cool to have be able to play this on a console and, you know, upgraded the graphics and frame rate. The Last of Us Remastered, you know, this was kind of $60 I think it was at first, and this wasn't an old game by any means, and I wasn't going to pay $60 for this when it first came out, so I waited till it was 20, which made it worth it for me. Return to Arkham, packaging 2 Batman games. Now, when this was first announced, people were furious because it looked like shit. The games didn't look even as good as their PS3 and 360 counterparts, and thankfully Rocksteady went back to the drawing board and kind of touched everything up and made it presentable and better looking. I mean, if they're going to release a remaster, you can't make it worse than it was before. So the price point on this, I'm not sure what it was. It was on sale on Black Friday, but you know, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. A remastered version. The Resident Evil Origins collections, I was really excited for this because I actually liked Resident Evil 0, and I hadn't played it since the GameCube, and this is a great package, a great way to own. And the remake on GameCube was freaking amazing. So this is an amazing package to have 2 games on 1 disc. Then we've got like Dying Light the Following, where this was a game from this generation, and it's already getting like a remaster with like improved graphics and all the DLC and new stuff added in. You know, I mean, it started to get pretty maddening there for a second, trying to keep up with the remasters, but, you know, I had to take a deep breath, calm down, and say, you know what, I either want to not get it, fucking ignore it, or if it's a game I really, really liked, and it's a good price, and the extras are actually improving the experience, I'm going to go ahead and go for it, man. And the PS4 is offering a wide range of all kinds of different upgrades and special editions, and, you know, the PS4 is just killing it, man. I just picked up Gravity Rush 2 not too long ago. Just so many great exclusive games. I think the PS4 has more exclusives for it than shit. It's like approaching PS2 levels of exclusives. The library is just, it's got that niche market on lock. It's showing no signs of slowing down either. I've got a laundry list of games coming out that I have my eye on. Anima, Gate of Memories, a beautiful action RPG. I've got my list here. Alta Munwaro, Mask of Truth, Mask of Deception. Earthlock, an RPG, Tokyo Xanadu, Mary Skelter's Nightmares, another RPG, Dark Rose Valkyrie, an RPG and a hybrid of visual novel. Let's see, Zero Escape, they're remastering 999 and the other game, the second one, Virtue's Last Reward, and it's coming on Vita, man, and PS4, but that's so freaking amazing. We've got the other games in this series right up here on the Vita. The last one, Zero Time Dilemma, and now we're going to be able to play the entire trilogy on the Vita. The first game remastered, completely reworked, voice track. Oh, I can't freaking wait. The PS4 is getting a lot of love in the form of, it's getting all of the Danganronpa games remastered on the PS4. A huge blow to the PS Vita. Well, not really, because no one gives a shit, but so PS4 owners are going to be able to play Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload. And they're also getting Danganronpa, the Ultra Despair Girls, the third one. And then they're also getting the new one, the Danganronpa V3. Games like Rhyme that are coming out look amazing. And let's not forget, a couple of weeks as of filming this video, freaking Berserk Band of the Hawk comes out. I absolutely loved Berserk on the Dreamcast, made by Tecmo Koei, so that they know their hack and slash, and it's going to be bloody and violent as hell. A new Nier game is coming, that's freaking amazing. Persona 5. Man, the newest entry in the Persona series. We've got Ni no Kuni 2. So, I mean, the list of these games goes on and on. Man, it's a great time to be a gamer, and it's more specifically a great time to be a fan and an owner of the PS4, because if you like RPGs and Japanese games, and hell, AAA games. I mean, there is something for everyone. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have a PS4? Do you plan to get one? If you own one, what's your favorite part about owning it? Do you like the remasters and the definitive editions? Do you like the collections? Do you like the games that normally would stay digital? Now they're getting physical releases. Do you like the AAA games? What's your favorite aspect of the PS4? Or maybe Xbox One? You know, I'd like to do a video of the Xbox One like this in the future. I do like the Xbox One quite a bit. To a lesser extent, it's not getting the variety of games the PS4 is, which is, you know, expected because Sony's a Japanese company and what have you. But Xbox 360 made a point early on to get those JRPGs like Lost Odyssey and you know, Magna Carta 2 and Vesperia was exclusive. So it seems like they just don't care anymore about those kind of games because, I mean, it's a niche audience for sure. But I want to thank you guys for tuning back in. Games of War is back, picking up steam. I'll be back soon with the buyer's guides, and I've got a special announcement coming up, so you guys stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Games of War is nothing without you.